Hello everyone, it's Joel Davis with United Medical Transportation Providers Group. You are thebroker.com and Home Care Access. Well, it seems like an eternity since I shot my last video, especially here in my office, but gotta get her done. Gotta get her done. This is going to be a very tedious video. Some of you White Walkers and you White Walker advisors, y'all may pick up some of your favorite free tips. I'm on the verge of collapse. Just had a huge Italian lunch. So even though it's your boy coming at you, Olympic athlete, 6'4", 215 pounds. Even though I'm 215 pounds, I feel like a glazed ham. Had a T-bone steak, some broccoli, some cauliflower, spaghetti, some chuck roast that was cooked in the sauce. Molto bene, melted in your mouth. Some nice hot and spicy sausage. I don't eat salad. Never, ironically enough, I've never tasted lettuce in my life. People don't believe me, but I've never tasted lettuce. But I eat a lot of raw vegetables, so I had some cucumbers and some cut up peppers, black olives, little vino, molto bene. So if I pass out, one of y'all is gonna have to come give me mouth to mouth. So so that's the first heads up. If I pass out, had to bring a fat man sweat rag. Even though I'm not a fat man. Even though I'm not a fat man anymore. Olympic athlete coming at you. So little chink in the armor. Mortal Kombat. Caught in Mortal Kombat with my son's flying toys. Got hit by a flying dump truck. But chink in the armor. I'm like, you know what? You got to suck up the pain. You're an Olympic athlete now. You got to elevate your play. So I just had to focus. Olympic athlete, man. For those of you new to the channel, we are a virtue signaling channel. We like to signaling virtue, whatever your flavor, whatever your perversion, whatever your persuasion is. We don't care. We welcome you all. We encourage you to bend that knee. We like to talk about medical transportation, home care, all these other things, but we are a virtue signaling site. Before becoming a 6'4", 215 pound, 21-year-old Olympic athlete, I actually self-identified as a 64-year-old black, gay, trans female. So I checked a lot of boxes, but then I felt the burning inside me to compete, and that's how I became a Olympic athlete. Not sure of the sport yet. Not sure if I'm going to compete in men's or women's yet. That's yet to be determined. What I did determine, I was consulting with some of you, my friends, my client providers, and realized that not going for the gold anymore. Not going for the gold. I'm like, all right, I'll go for second place so I can bend the knee, signal some virtue, let somebody else claim the spotlight. But then one of my client providers, good old, we call him the Salt Man, old Salt Man out in Cali, he said, no, you need to go to fourth place. Let 3 other people, let them get the gold, the silver, the bronze. I'll be able to signal more virtue. So that's what I'm going to do. So not going for the gold, the silver, the bronze. Just want to compete, get that moral victory. We love moral victories. We're big on feelings, less on productivity and results. We want to signal that virtue. So that's what we're doing. So we got a lot to go through. It's going to get a little tedious, so I encourage you to stick with me through some of this nitty-gritty. Got some really good some emails. Let's start. Here's what I want to start with, only because my chance y'all see this. Biden economy. U.S. has only 25 days of diesel supply. Shortages could cripple economy. I know. I know many of you guys don't want to hear anything about politics. You know, like Craig from Cali said, what is it? I don't know what's bigger, your ego or your fat head. You need to shut the F up and say the F-U-C-K out of politics. Oh man, how's the votes working for you, man? U.S. only has 25 days of diesel left. The reason I mention this is because my broker business is slammed. Many of you know and I feel bad about it for some of you who we've been working with. I'm not as fast to respond sometimes as I typically am, but we've had to, rally the troops because we've been slammed. A lot of these, we've been getting so much work from so many people subbing work to us because we're not doing the big rigs, we're not dealing with the diesel and stuff like that. So we've been doing, our contractors have been doing everything under the sun, everything from hot shot trucking to unique loads. I mean, some of the stuff we're seeing is absolutely crazy, but that's the beautiful thing of being at the right place at the right time, being positioned the way we are, to have the contractors that we do and their teams, because you figure we have all these contractors and they got helpers, and guess what? They're regulating them, they're managing them, so our team is actually bigger than we even know, because we don't deal with the helpers. We deal directly with our 1099 contractors. But in all honesty, you prepare, because when the opportunity presents itself, you just take advantage of it, and we've just been taking advantage of it. So how many of y'all wish you took advantage of it with youarethebroker.com back in the day, because you would be poised to be taking advantage of some big things right now. But what do I know? Just asking for a friend. Here's another one. This is classic. Now this is a post. This is very interesting, man. This is interesting. Here's a post regarding home care. I can't convince anyone of the value of something when they already believe a certain way, but I know Medicaid can be extremely valuable when done right. I'm in the Midwest where our reimbursement is low, $15 to $18 per hour. That is lower than I like. Most of our aides are making $11 to $12 for our area. We billed $10 million last year in Medicaid alone and still pulled a 20% margin. That's awesome. We want minimum 20% margin. My husband calls me the wolf of Medicaid, like the wolf of Wall Street. We make money off the penny stocks that everyone else turns down. Just like McDonald's, the profit is made on the volume, and there are other add-on services with higher margins that contribute. I have had some of my clients for more than 10 plus years, as Medicaid will never run out of money, and once they have it, it's for life. There's a lot of truth to that. A lot of people confuse the Medicaid system with NEMT, with the Medicaid system for home care. They are not the same. They are structured different. They operate different. Medicaid, a lot of different waiver programs associated with home care, does not operate like Medicaid in relation to NEMT. You do not have the middleman, the brokers, none of that. Yeah, $15 to $18 per hour, that's lower than I like for sure. But again, the Medicaid system with home care is completely different than NEMT. They are not to be confused. Everyone knows I'm not a fan of the NEMT brokers. Wife is contacting me. She comes first. Gotta take care of the wife. Sweating on the verge of collapse. Ladies and gentlemen, but I'm like, man, I ate so much, but I ate so much because I'm 215 pounds, so even though I feel like a glazed ham, it doesn't matter. Olympic athlete here talking at you. I'm like, all right, man, if I don't shoot this video now, it ain't gonna happen later because I'm gonna go take a nap and then I got work to do. But I'm like, all right. So I'm taking a hit for the team. Literally, chink in the armor. I got chink in the armor on my head, chink in the armor. Should take a nap after that big lunch, but anyways, getting that point, it's the reason I share this stuff with you. It's like, you gotta sow the seeds now. Does that mean it's gonna bear fruit and you're going to reap a harvest tomorrow? Absolutely not. My broker business started in very late 2011. First calendar year was 2012. But look at us now, man. It's like we started to lose when COVID first came. Definitely dipped. We were in the 40% in terms of losing money, but it came roaring back. I mean, and now with all this calamity, the sleepy, creepy dementia patient, the way he's just absolutely collapsing the economy. Honestly, as bad as it sounds, we benefited from it like a champ. But the reason why I take it serious is because so many people that I work with, our client providers, are straight up getting slammed, getting hit every which way but loose. I mean, how's your 401ks? How are your retirement accounts? How are your investment accounts looking right now? I mean, they're all destroyed. They're all crushed. Mine are too. But the good news is my broker business is boom. But what do I do? What do I know? Here's a home care girl. She did $10 million last year. What do I know? Don't trust the Olympic athlete. Don't trust the Olympic athlete. What else we got here? All right, here's one. I took this one. This is actually me driving. I'm driving. I took this picture. I was with a client provider. This is actually one of his competitors. We're in the position we're going to be selling his business, doing an evaluation on it. Stopped through to meet him while I was traveling down south to regulate my troops, regulate my broker troops, and stopped to see one of my client providers who were doing an evaluation on his business, getting it ready to sell. And here's one of his competitors. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Look at the jacked up front end. Look at that. They got the little sticker there, magnet for a logo. Rust on the car, everything. Running a minivan, which y'all know how I feel about minivans. Minivans, they have their place, but they are not made for commercial use. They're not made for the wear and tear and the beat down. And you should want to beat your vehicles down in a good way. The more you ground and pound them, the more money you're making if you're doing it right. But look at this. This is the level of competition that one of my one of my client providers quote unquote competes with, which he doesn't even compete with. But this was just incredible. He was riding shotgun. I was driving, pulled up at the red light, and saw this. I'm like, he's like, there he is right there. That's one of my competitors, one of his vehicles. I'm like, bro. But that's why we're going to list his business for about 1.5. And his competitor just looks like this. But this is a classic example, like the White Walkers. Oh, just go get a used minivan for $3,500. Probably can't even insure it, depending on where you're located. Go get a used minivan for $3,500. Start your business like that. Dude. But what do I know? I'm just an Olympic athlete. All right. So this one, I put this email in here. Don shared this with me. This is for someone that we just did some contract work for. He contacted us, retained us to help do some contract work for him. Did one-on-one with him a while back. Came to one of our live events. I don't remember if it was the last one or maybe the one before. I don't remember, but came to one of our live events, did some one-on-one. Then he retained us to do some contract work. This one facility, the administrator asked him to put a contract together that he could put before the board, and we did a great job for it. And he wasn't expecting it to go as fast as it did. So his response to something that one of my peeps said, he said, "Thank you so much. I couldn't have done this without your support. Thank you." As the administrator was going to present the contract to the board, I thought I had a few weeks before he had approval, etc. The administrator sent the signed contract back on Friday for my signature. I wasn't expecting it to happen that fast. Laugh out loud. I'm not saying it's because of my contract work, but we'll put a good little agreement together for him. In terms of starting the service, I purchased blank. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why do you redact all this stuff? Number one, because we're concerned about the FBI coming and raiding our estate, just like they raided Mar-a-Lago. We can't allow sensitive information out there like that, because you never know when the Department of Justice is going to come get us. And I can't share my people's stuff. So, in terms of starting the service, I purchased blank. I'm doing interviews this week to hire 2 or 3 people. In other words, I guesstimate I'll be ready to go within 30 to 45 days. In terms of the contract, do you blank? Start date, I'm asking, is the contract blank? Again, we got blanks. We have to redact certain things. It is what it is. We don't know what the DOJ is going to do. FBI. Got to take care of my peep stuff. Never know. Those jokers over there. So I share that with you because it's like so many people want us to co-sign the nonsense they do, and they'll go online, try to get some LegalZoom stuff, try to get some other use stuff that was for some widget making industry business or something like that. Then they change some names, they try to make it their own, put their logo on it, and then they submit it. Understand, when you do your cutting and pasting, people see through it, especially facilities. Especially facilities, if it's a board, if it's their legal department they're looking at. Understand, when they do that, they're laughing at you, just so you know. Because we see so much trash, especially from you White Walker advisors. Because you know the White Walker. So for those of you new to the channel, in addition to being a virtue signaler, which virtue signaling is absolutely critical, got to get on the knee. White Walkers are the vicious beasts that are online, want everything for free, everything for free. The White Walker advisors are all these clowns out there. Oh, I'm writing books. I'm a $2 million business. I'm writing books. Oh, wait, hold my beer. I got to go perform a transport. Dude, come on, man. We should have like some type of a threshold. Like, you can't write a book until you at least have a net worth of $1 million or something like that. There's got to be something, because some of these jokers who are advising to go start your business with a $3,500 used minivan from 2004 that after you purchase it you can't even get it insured, and it looks like that calamity I just showed you. And you're putting these stupid, just laughable contracts together that make you look like crap. And the agreement we put together for him, I think it was about 4 or 5 pages. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't like overly legalistic. I mean, it was just tight, man. It's all about making your stuff tight, making it right, making it tight. It's how you pimp it out. I could go on and on, but I want to get through some of this. All right, here's another one. I put this one here because I thought it was hysterical. Now, this guy I've been working with for a long time. Great dude, works hard, slings hash to make that cash. He said, "God damn it! If this is not effing gold." This is an email in response to an email I sent him. So, damn it, if this is not effing gold, I don't know what the F is. There is so much to unpack here in your previous email. You literally made the money we sent to the $1 million company worth it in the last email, and then we got to redact everything because we don't know what the DOJ and the FBI are gonna do. We don't know. Are they gonna be like, they're coming after us? They're going after the MAGA king? I know what you all are thinking. What did the famous Paula say?
Forget his political views and all that. If you can get past that, man.
If you can just get past my politics. But again, how's the inflation treating you? How is how the gas prices treating you, man? How are your retirement? How are your investment accounts working? How's that portfolio looking? But what do I know? All right, so listen up. Here's where all you White Walkers and all you White Walker advisors, here's where you can glean some stuff. So this is going to be a little nitty gritty. So I didn't take pictures of this email because I'm going to read it to you because it's long. But it's very meticulous. But I think you're going to get the message. My wife comes first. I'm a biblical capitalist. God, spouse, kids, business. Just so happens, business funds the whole show. So, I'm going to read this email, and as I read it, one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to pass out because I feel like a glazed hand, even though I know what you're thinking. I look like an international sex symbol because I'm 6'4", 250 pounds, Olympic athlete. Or you're going to pick up on some of the nitty-gritty nonsense associated with this email. So, let me go through and read this to you. And as per usual, I got to blank out some of the key information. So he sent this email. Charlie had sent him something, and this was in response to it. He said, "Hello, Charles. We are a new NEMT company, started permits paperwork from August and have to finish by end of October." I love how people, when they contact us a lot of times, like contact us, they're White Walkers, contact us out of the blue, never retain our services, all that kind of stuff. They always have a sense of urgency that somehow we got to act right now. We got to help them right now. If we don't help them right now, they're going to lose the deal. They're going to miss the deal. They're not going to be able to close. They're not going to be able to get the acquisition. They're not going to get the contract. Well, why did you wait so long? Why didn't you contact us well in advance? I love it. The old saying, your emergencies are not, was it your lack of preparation does not constitute our emergency, or something along those lines. It's just so flippin' true, man. But people do, they just go along doing it their way, and then finally when they need us, then they want us to just check the box and co-sign the weirdness. Hello, Charles. We are a new NEMT company. Started permits paperwork from August and have to finish by the end of October. I registered a California LLC in blank area. I'm not going to mention where he's at. California in 2021 to start a NEMT wheelchair gurney service in blank location. I obtained FEIN to my LLC and purchased 2 new 2022 Ford Transit 350. Let that sink in. Let me go back and read that part again. I reiterate. I obtained FEIN to my LLC and purchased 2 new 2022 Ford Transit 350s. Already right there, how much money do you think you put out there? I mean, I've seen some brand new Ford Transits that are anywhere between, I've seen some as high as 120 grand, which is absolutely insane. But typically we're seeing them in the high 70s and mid 80s. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I obtained FEIN to my LLC and purchased 2 new 2022 Ford Transit 350. Then started to apply for the licenses and permits. Again, stay with me. This is going to get nitty and gritty. You're going to say, Joel, you're wasting my time. Trust me. Stay with me. I purchased the required license guide from blank. I have obtained some licenses. Some are not applicable, and I have doubt about some which hope you can guide. I am waiting for the city license and few other docs to apply NEMT license from blank. That part is clear. I have covered insurance, auto liability, collision, comprehensive, G&L, workman comp. Already has all this. Hasn't even made a penny, hasn't even started yet, but already got all this stuff. Which will start from November 1st. 5 minutes from now. No question about insurance. Okay, so you're all set. Doing a great job. So my target is to finish the pending permits and hire 2 drivers to start for the 1st of November. You guys seeing where we're going with all this? Oh, just keep watching. To city license, and again, some of this is in fragmented, broken English, so forgive some of the sentence structure. To city license is already paid, and we will receive it in few days. We have leased physical office in city of blank zoning office. I am preparing documents to get blank from the city of blank as well. Doing a lot of work. Doing a lot of work. Stay with me. Doing a lot of work. My main questions are about DMV, CHP, CA number, BIT, USDOT, ADA approval. Our 2 vans are commercially registered with DMV by the Ford agent. We have obtained plates and registration cards. Ford Transit gross weight is 7,000 pounds. The seller said we have to obtain CA number and DOT. We'll do inspection and ADA approval, and we'll give permit to start working, but not much detail. Taking advice from car salesmen. We obtained USDOT number from FMCSA as it was required for CA number. Then sent form CHP 362 to the Inland Region CHP to get CA number. Waiting for CA number now. Question. Finally, we got to a question. Question. What is the next step after getting CA number, and who will inspect the vans to issue permit and ADA approval? BIT or CHP or DMV? There are blank CHP, DMV, DOT, which their job and what permit from which needs to be obtained is it complicated. For example, again, I'm just reading this as it is, so you gotta forgive me for some of the fragmentation. And for example, CHP has BIT inspection and DMV has also inspection. So for ADA compliance approval and inspection to get operating permit, which one we have to take appointment for inspection? Question mark. BIT of CHP or DMV? I'm not making this up. This is the way it's all written. We have obtained MPI. Insurance of the vans will start from 1st of November, and cars are in parking now. How can we move them from inspection without insurance in October? We don't want to waste commercial insurance with high cost for time of paperwork and want to finish paperwork during October. We are engaged for paperwork from September. Question: do we need to obtain MCPP from DMV or getting a CA? Question: do we need to register with Employment Development Department of California as an employer? Drivers will be employed as W-2 employees. Question: do we need employer poll notice program for DMV? Tax registration. FEIN and city tax license obtained. California tax are in question. Franchise Tax Board, California. State seller's permit. California Department of Tax and Fee Administration. Which of these tax accounts we have to register and obtain? Question mark. Best regards. Oh man. Dude. That was a COVID cough. COVID. Booster. I need a booster. COVID. Oh, what am I going to do? I don't have a mask. BLM, focus, rainbow flag. No boosters, no test kits. For those of you, again, this is a virtue signaling channel. I apologize for my COVID cough. Some of you may be concerned that I'm not wearing a mask. It's for audible reasons. I want you to be able to hear me. Even though I'm sitting down, just know that visually I'm on bended knee. Rest assured, I have a BLM, rainbow flag, and a Ukrainian flag out front. I'm flying high outside my house. So I'm good. I've checked the boxes. We're good. I'm protected from Corona because I got those flags out front. So for those of you concerned, because I'm not wearing the mask, understand. We got the flags out front. We're good. Coronavirus knows, don't come here. We got the signal. Man, that was a close one. Man, almost caught that Rona. That was a close one. As I digress. Alright, so he sent that email. To Charlie. Dawn responded. Hello, blank. This is Dawn. Wow. I'm not even sure where to start with all of this. I guess my first question is, who the heck has been advising you? I think it is obvious you had not studied any of Joel's material before going down this path. How much money have you invested thus far? Your vehicles, insurance, licensing. Thank you, Don Velasquez, 14. He responded, Don, I am checking your ebook now. On pages 1821, operating authorities, you have written some with mentioning it is different state by state. If you are familiar with California, please answer my few questions I mentioned. Ignore introduction parts. So skip all the nonsense, all the rigmarole, everything I just told you. Skip all that. I love how people are always like, you don't even retain our services, and then people like just assume like we got to respond, we got to call me. We get emails all the time. Call me back. Here's the number. Yeah, we're gonna fall over ourselves to do that. Let's do that. If you're familiar with California, please answer my few questions mentioned. Ignore the introduction parts. Dude, what? List of required licenses, permits we bought from LegalZoom as mentioned. Taking advice from LegalZoom.com, taking advice, registration advice, and everything else for NEMT from the car dealers. Nice. List of required license permits we bought from LegalZoom as mentioned. I add 2 more questions here for DHCS application as well. 1, lamp certificate. 2, brake certificate. Are these 2 certificates obtained from DMV or another authority? Best regards, blank. Don replies, hello, blank. California is a blank state, meaning blank. Blank size and seating capacity. Therefore, because you are located in blank area, your governing body will be blank. You can learn more about the requirement of blank by visiting the following link. She provides a link. Dawn continues, much of the rabbit holes you are traveling down now are from blank, another link, and are geared more towards signing up for and complying with the Medicaid system. One of the lowest paying sources in California. Going through all this stuff to get all locked, loaded, ready to roll, to go after the government dole, and it's the lowest ROI. Greatest rules and regulations, greatest threshold, greatest requirements, greatest hoops you gotta jump through, red tape to cut through, and at the end of it, what do you win? The lowest ROI. Unbelievable. Don continues, you tell me to, quote, ignore introduction parts, close quote. But the reason why I asked is because if you continue down the current path, the Medicaid route, based on what you shared in the introduction, I suspect you are poised to lose a great deal of money like many others we continue to see. Good girl, Don. Conversely, Joel is currently working on a California-based acquisition that will close for probably $4.4 million, and they do absolutely zero Medicaid because it is a waste of their time with a laughable ROI. Couldn't be more true. Thank you again for contacting us, Don Velasco support team. She never got a response to that one. Look at the absolute difference. So let me tell you 2 things about this one. So this guy who sent all this nonsense, California. So I'll parlay that into this situation with this one acquisition we're doing in Cali for 4.4. Business is worth every penny, real deal, legit, structured it just like we want them to. Everything's great, doing well. Got all different locations, everything. Everything's beautiful. Started their business in 2014. They'll be the first one to tell you, listen to Joel Davis, follow the advice, structured it properly, yada, yada, yada. The prospective buyer that we have for this, talked to him the other day for about an hour and 20, 30 minutes. Here's the difference between this guy starting his business and this buyer who's going to be buying this business for 4.4. This buyer who I talked to for, let's say, an hour and a half, he said to me at one point in time as we were going through everything with the strengths of the businesses and everything, and he said, all right, let me ask you this. What would help me fail with this business? Great question. Great question. He said, what would help me fail? And I told him, if you go in there and you try to change anything, do not change anything. And now this prospective buyer could not be any more humble. Could not be any more humble. Exactly what you want. This dude here, who I don't know who he is, I ain't working with him. I don't foresee working with them. Boom, 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 boom. Never done before. Has all the answers. Tell you this, tell you that. This is what I'm doing. Can you co-sign it? Answer these couple of questions. Tells Dawn, shut the F up. Ignore all that. Focus on this. Answer my questions. This prospective buyer who's going to buy a business for 4.4 could not be more humble. Specifically asked me, what would screw this acquisition up? I said, if you go in there and you try to change anything, you need to go in there. I told him, he totally agreed. You need to go in there, be a dry sponge to water. I'm going to continue to work with you and help you, and the sellers are going to continue to work with you and help you, and they're going to stay on for a period of time to help with the transition, orient you to their entire structure. Again, they have 5 different locations, management company, all this kind of good stuff. It is such a difference And this guy's going to purchase a business for 4.4. The reason why there's going to be continuity in service throughout the transition, the entire acquisition process, and the reason why he's going to be able to take it and further grow it is because he's humble and he wants to flip and learn. Those are the people you want to work with. God bless them. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Look at the difference. Versus, we're doing this. Da, 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 da. Wait, why are you doing all that? Shut up, ignore all that. Focus on answering my questions. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Here's another quick one. I've been in the NEMT business now going on 7 years. We used to have 21 vehicles and drivers before the pandemic, and now with the 40-year high cost of inflation, etc., we lost vehicles for one reason or another. We lost drivers due to single mothers figuring out how to stay home. Thank you, Sleepy Creepy Dementia Patient with the Cactus Psychic Medusa. They were excellent drivers. Good for them to stay home raising children, not so good for us. I'm a UMTPG member and have been for years. I have recently updated our computer system and for some reason cannot find my Joel Davis ebook that I used to have downloaded and use as a resource and reference often. Joel is and has been inspiration to me and our whole business from the start since 2015. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. God bless you. I want to continue to hear you. I want to see you continue to succeed and push through all the scandemic and the nonsense and the 40, 50-year high inflation, all that stuff. Absolutely crazy. Here's a classic example. Please call me. I need to get this info compiled to email to you. Clock is ticking. Sooner the better, please. So this is for a guy, I think he's in Florida, who's purchasing a business. Don't know him, haven't worked with them, didn't assist with an acquisition. I don't know how much or how little the acquisition is, but this is a classic example. It's always an emergency. That's an emergency. They wait till the last minute, and then dude, it's not going to happen. Folks, I say this in a good way. We enjoy working with so many of y'all, and but we are backed up, especially right now because of all the lunacy. A lot of people are suffering and struggling out there for many different reasons. We're in a position, I think I mentioned it in one of my previous videos. I think I did, but I'm not sure. They all run together. After the first year, we're going to have to do something to either, I don't want to raise the rates, or we're going to maybe come through have more of a application qualification type thing to when we are working with people, because we're busy. We're running long on market analysis, which is not helpful. So we gotta tighten up that, and it's tough. And I'm not gonna hire anybody. My people have been with me long term. I'm not gonna hire anybody else. Because my people are awesome. Many people have, many of these White Walker advisors have contacted us. Because we get you'd be amazed at the emails and the solicitations we get. So we've been contacted over the years by many different White Walker advisors who wanna partner with us. We had one of them who years ago, this is after selling my business, this is years ago, we flew to his area. We did a seminar in his area. Compensated him, gave him a commission, very handsome, very rewarding for him. Years later, he mentioned to me, he goes, "Hey, I'm going to write my own book. I want to do some events. I'd like to do them with you because I don't want to compete with you." This is after not only we helped him get in business, helped him do well in business, had a seminar with him, allowed him to help contribute to it, rewarded him handsomely financially with it, and then he goes out of business. Why? Because he failed to take my advice, became way overextended financially, wasn't hitting his margins, did some of the stupidest things, and then goes out of business. And I love how when they fail, they think that I'm going to go write some books. I'm going to write some books. It's just like the White Walkers now who are giving all this advice and it's like, oh, wait, hold my beer, I gotta go do a trip. It's an absolute joke. So anyways, my point is, we gotta find a way to be a little more selective in who and how we work with you. And what I constantly tell everybody, don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute. Because your lack of preparation does not constitute our emergency. It is what it is. We got a lot of people we work with, especially because of the sleepy, creepy, dementia patient, cackling sidekick Medusa. I mean, we've just been swamped. It is what it is. And then again, I gotta take care of my business. My broker business is booming, so that's my business. That's hey, investment accounts, they're all struggling. That's just the way it is. But the good news is we're popping over here. You know, and it's like you gotta lay the foundation now. So many people wait till the last minute and they think they're gonna sow the seeds. Then because they're all about the instant gratification, whether they're raised on TikTok and LinkedIn and all the fake and phony social media nonsense, they think, okay, I'm gonna get fast results. No. I mean, the reason we're doing well with the broker business is we've been poised and we've over all these years we've cultivated all these relationships, which takes time. We got a great army of contractors, but guess what? Over the years, a lot of them have come and gone. It's like anything, and you just continue to grow and build incrementally. You know, in our relationships, I mean, those were years and years in the making. Look what I shared with you for this girl and her home care business. I mean, she's making $10 million. $10 million. You ain't gonna start out tomorrow and do that. It's years in the makings. You gotta sow those seeds. Wait for them to grow and flourish. Harvest, then sow some more. Then wait for them to grow, and then harvest them, and then sow some more. It is an evolutionary process. That's why I'm always telling people, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. So, all right, I'm going to cut it off here because I'm on the verge of collapse. This Olympic athlete is just, I don't know if it's because I got head trauma from a flying dump truck. Maybe I got, what is it? The head thing there? CRT, something like that? Or CTE? One of it? No, CRT, that's your racist stuff, right? That's where white man bad. Yeah, CRT, that's the racist stuff. White man bad. And CTE, that's the head, that's the concussion stuff. So maybe I got the CTE stuff from a flying dump truck. Who knows? Ah, man, but even though I feel like a glazed ham, thank goodness I identify as a 6'4", 215-pound Olympic athlete because, man, I look good. Feel like a glazed ham, but, man, I look good. It's all about what you identify as, folks. So if you're a beta, if you're a little whiny simp, this is the channel for you because your persuasion, your perversion, your virtue is ours, and we embrace one and all. So this is a safe space for all you simps and all you betas. Just come and bend that knee and signal that virtue. When you do, I'll see you at the top.
Let's go, Brandon. Hey. Let's go, Brandon. Hey. Let's go.